Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Dear brothers and sisters, continuing again with chapter number 30. And during this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the Quran as a whole, Quran does not only restrict itself in discussing the belief or Allah or the messengers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discusses everything from money, through divorce, through contracts, through transactions. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these specific verses, He tells us, number one, if you want Him to give you rizq, money, health, wealth, happiness, number one, He said, be steadfast. When calamity comes, when things does not go as expected, be patient. Do not worship, obey Allah in the good times. And when times become bad, you change. Or vice versa. You go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you need something. And when you get what you need, you change. Allah wants you to believe in Him, to be disciplined, to be consistent with your belief. He will give you, He will provide for you, He will make sure you're covered under His policy. Remember, what each one look for is being covered. Health coverage, your car insurance coverage, home coverage, your home insurance coverage, life insurance. Everything has an insurance in our lives. We need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cover us with His mercy. And in order for you be insured by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, brothers and sisters, Allah have made equation for that. Worshiping Him, do your duties towards Him, the prayers, the fasting, the transactions between you and His creation. That's number one. Worship Allah in the good times and the bad times. Be steadfast. Be resilient. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us another aspect of giving you these provisions is to give. Time is money. So the most precious thing on earth is money. Because money can buy things. Money can change things. And as you see, countries who are rich can misuse this money to oppress others or to control others. As we see what's happening here, Israel, for example, controlling America by controlling the political system, controlling the Senate, controlling the Congress, controlling the president. How? Because they have money, they're able to lobby, they're able to use the political system to their advantage. That's number one. Number two, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that in order for you to get His insurance, His mercy, His coverage, give money. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is then, brothers and sisters, talking to us and warning us against interest, against riba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَمَا وما أوتيتم من ربا ليربوا في أموال الناس. Means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that the interest system has very, very bad effects on individual, on the society. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is Makki Quran. This is revealed in Mecca before going to Medina, before more of the legislation and the laws of Islam. So this is in Mecca. But Allah, because the subject is very important. Why riba is prohibited? Number one, riba can cause inflation. Means when there is a markup on the money all the time, you have a house $20,000, you finance the house over 30 years, you're ending up paying $40,000 or $50,000. So when you're trying to sell the house, you want that markup on the house. So you gotta put it for 70,000. So on and so forth, things will become more expensive where people cannot afford. That's number one. So riba can cause inflation, continuous inflation. Number two, riba is a way to make or tempt people. A person who cannot afford, he has no job, and he was able to get a car loan, or he has a job, provide him for $300 a week or so. What will happen when you extend him $20,000, $25,000 loan and he loses his job? He's not going to be able to pay back that loan. What will happen after? What will happen is the bank is going to come, take the car, whatever money he paid is going to go. He's not going to get, there's nothing will be returned back to him. All of this because that person to start with wasn't even supposed to get that car. Because he could get a 5,000 car. But now because the riba system, the interest-based system, no, we'll give you 25 because they won't make money. Because an interest on $25,000 is way more than $5,000. So tempt people to buy things they cannot afford to pay for. And then they go extend another loan. The person goes another loan. I need furniture. I need. Then he ends up by debt. And throughout his life, he's just paying the minimum payment. Interest accumulate. And what happened? Poverty. A person become poorer and poorer because he's owned. His time is owned by others because he has to work. And in order to work, to make money, you're going to have to spend time. That time is owned by others. So that's another form of slavery. So as we see, the whole system of riba will cause slavery in another sense. Another thing is, which riba can do, is taxing the money. Basically, stopping the economic progress, the economic, projects, because you charge tax on the money. Basically, $10,000, if you borrow it, it's going to become $10,000 plus the interest. That anybody who tell you or understand economics, he'll tell you that taxes are not good for the economy, because it stops the transactions, because people have to take into account the taxes, so slows down. That's why when they want to slow down economic progress, to stop their own inflation, what they do? Raise the interest rate. So that's another thing. So the Islamic system, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows all of these things. But again, actually these things is in the Bible too. But people chose not to follow the rulings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why we're facing, and that's why when you see economic crisis, it will be devastating. It will be bad. Because the system is basically bubble. Because of the interest system is bubble. And when it bursts, collapse. You see, stock markets goes up in extreme way and goes down in extreme way. That's what happened because of the interest involved in that system. And the money supply in that system. And the loans that's been extended in that system. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن زَكَاةٍ تُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ اللَّهِ. So the best thing is to purify your money by giving out charity. فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُضْعَفُونَ. Those which Allah will increase their wealth. Allah will make their wealth increase and increase. When you give, you're going to get. Any business, you have to give first. Invest first. So you're going to get the return on investment. Same thing. Allah has to take from you first before He gives you. That's the name of the equation. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين.